Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to dive deeper into my poems. And in this video, we are going to decipher one of my potentially favorite poems that I wrote. Now, this is one of my first ever poems that I wrote regarding Islam. Majority of you probably know that I did at one point write nothing but Islamic poems. And alhamdulillah, this is one of the first poems that I actually decided that I'm gonna go live on public with. It is titled Happiness. And before we do get into the piece, the poem came from a question that I was asked. Saaid, what is your definition of happiness? Now, in this conversation, we spoke about monetary gain, we spoke about houses, we spoke about cars, we spoke about dunyah. But we came to the conclusion that this type of happiness is a fleeting happiness. Funnily enough, I will be reciting and performing this poem today at an event, and that's going to be a day in the life video. Watch out for that, inshallah. Now, we came to the conclusion that it's a very fleeting happiness. And the only happiness that stays is the one that begins with no beginning, the first with no beginning, the last with no ending. Allah, Islam, Deen. Now, I didn't like how the conversation just ended abruptly with happiness is Allah, and that's it. And we gave dunya 80% of the conversation and we gave akhirah 20%. It didn't sit right with my spirit. So I sat down one night and I decided I'm gonna write a poem that answers that question in a way that will enter the heart in a very poetic and very eloquent way. So without further ado, we're gonna get into the piece. Happiness. It's that overwhelming feeling of joy and positive emotions. It's a divine feeling that a person can feel if they show God his due devotion. Like focusing in and forgetting about everybody else and their commotion. Because their commotion will only ruin your steadiness like waves in an ocean. Show him your commitment and his ease for you will be in full motion. Happiness is only felt through him because that is our predestined notion. And that's the notion of faith. Sit back and watch everything else fall in its place. Like dominoes in a line ready to bow, like those that have faith. Or like those that wake up and pray at night because they know what's at stake. Ask yourself, how can we not be happy when we have a Lord in our life? He's the one who watches over us like newly made parents at night, watching as their kid is fast asleep, hoping that his future is bright. But they know that it's all in God's hands, so they sit back and pray to him at night. Allah is all forgiving and he told us that's all part of his might. It's his will to forgive us sin before it even came to light. It's his order for you to not do what's wrong, but for you to focus on what's right. So to him is all the way all our praise. He's the one who said be, and it most definitely became. He's the one who sent an angel to a Bedouin Arab that was just sat in a cave. He told him to read as he sat there to meditate. He was illiterate, but after one hug he read, for God's sake, خلق الإنسان من علق. The one who created mankind from a clinging clot. See now, to scientists this verse was very absurd. They knew deep down that he had spoken the truth and that he had defined life with one word. Yet they failed to accept that Allah was the one who created this world. So their hearts were sealed, and in the next life they will learn that they fell for the temptations of the devil. But ask yourself, what did they earn? It's us as Muslims that want happiness, so it's us that need to learn that the only way for us to gain happiness is for us to turn to religion, and that's how we earn happiness. Now, after writing this poem, I sat down one night and I proofread the poem. And again, typical Saaid, I felt a feeling of guilt because I gave the art of poetry 80% of the poem and then mentioned خلق الإنسان من علق and gave it 20%. Now, that night, I vowed to myself I am not going to sleep until I write another poem that speaks about خلق الإنسان من علق. And I did. That's going to be another YouTube video. We're not going to get into that today. That's titled Solitude, speaking about the tafsir of that ayah and how the Prophet ﷺ had religion and Islam and Quran revealed upon him in the cave of Hira, and a whole poem deciphering it. So without further ado, that's the end of this video. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for listening. I appreciate you for tapping in. All of my socials are going to be down below. Make sure you tap in, make sure you lock in with me. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, I'm everywhere. YouTube, I hope you're ready for this wave because we got some videos cooking, inshallah. With that being said, assalamu alaikum.